So, as I was saying, this video is related to what do I face in confinement? What types of things I could see, I have the opportunity to see, for example, myself, and how I've been guiding my life and taking my life. Which way or which different ways have I been taking the steps towards to? What kind of customs or daily routines do I have, and where do they come from? How have I been creating my day by day? Do I like it? What do I miss? What am I missing? If your answer is, for example, that you're missing a type of food or a restaurant or a place that you go to, why does that make you so happy? Why do you feel you need that so much? Is that a source of my happiness? You could ask yourself. Or is it just a matter of taste, something that I like to taste or try or experience? There must be more, there must be many. And where are they based on? What part of your personality or what kind of thoughts are those routines based on? Why do I look for them? I will try to continue speaking on the first person, otherwise it's more difficult. Why do I look for them? Ask yourself, in which hands or in the hands of whom are you leaving your happiness? Is it in the hands of a certain cook of a place only? Has that become a habit to depend on where, whom, or am I connecting with part of my soul, part of my subtle self? Okay, because in other videos I was talking about reconnecting to that sensitive part of yourself that is able to sense the feelings, to connect with your heart, to see the positiveness or the lightness in many of the things that surround you, or the lightness of certain events that you may take from a different perspective. So that's what people call the subtle self, okay? Remember, we are part of many different bodies, and you are just able to see the physical body in me, but you can also be connected to the subtle or the other body, the sensitive, subtle body in yourself whenever you get into meditation, for example. So what makes you whole? What makes me whole as a person? You can make a list with pen, paper, pencil. You can even use colors and write your name or the first letters of your name. For example, I would write I, KLF, because my name is Carla Luna Felix. I depend or I codepend on if somebody takes away my I feel blank. So you have to fill in the spaces with your feelings or with your routines. If they take away my blank, how do I feel? I feel blank. So for example, you can feel empty, you can feel alone, absent, you may feel sad. And how can I change those types of feelings or those feelings that I experience by having certain routines in my life? And then analyze it and write on your list, which is your reality? What reality do I have right now? Remember why in spirituality we speak in general about the reality that we all assume as a society, as a community, as a country, and that it is all a fantasy. Why? Because it is all created by a general kind of society. It's a system that is creating those types of routines, exercises, schedules. The whole system in the society is creating that for us. So that's why we call that the fantasy. It's like a fantasy world we are living. So I want you to connect with the reality. Okay? So, we also speak about handling the balance in your life. Why do you feel you lose sense of that balance? Why do you feel you've lost track of holding on to those reins or holding on to those ropes in your life? And that balance is lost. Why do you feel that happens? And for example, also, we mentioned that we live as robots because we live in automatic. We are based on our agenda, even if it's a virtual agenda or if it's written, we are based on that. And if when at some point there's nothing written in our agenda, we feel like we're dying. What are we going to do with our lives? It's like we feel like we're almost wasting time. Well, guess what? Now time has stopped. And now we cannot have that same way of thinking of wasting our life or our time. Because now all of the time can be invested in ourselves, in our day-to-day, in what we're going to do for each day. How do we wake up? What do we feel? What does our stomach sense? What do you think you might want to have for breakfast? And that sensation that we are mostly disconnected from, now we need to reconnect to that. So all of these characteristics that we were talking about in society, how we live as robots, how the system controls us in general, that's what we call to be asleep. So we are saying that now it is a time for awakening, for everybody to awaken their being inside and to be completely conscientious about who you are and about what you have inside of you. Who am I truly on the inside? What are my characteristics? What have I always been or I wanted to be even when I was a child? Can I reconnect to that? That is the most important reconnection with yourself, to reconnect with that nucleus, that part that is completely inside of you, and we never have time to connect to that. So let's stop giving ourselves reasons not to connect, okay? Because usually we would say, I don't have time for that. I don't have time because I live a stressful life or my agenda is completely busy. Well, now guess what? This is the greatest gift they have given us, to stop, to make a full stop in our life and to try to find new ways to live in a different manner. So for example, when we said that our problem was that we had kids and that we didn't have time because our kids were always there and we didn't have anybody to leave them with and we thought we needed some quiet time, well, now we need to reorganize our home, our schedule, and include our children with our daily routine and have them do some of these exercises, some of this thinking, part of your meditation, and have them understand and take your hand whenever you have to stop. You have to close your eyes. You have to reconnect. You have to play some type of a song that you need to relax with. And if they take your hand, I mean, if you explain it to them, they will understand that that is a part of life. And relaxing and connecting with yourself is very, very important. And that is probably one of the most important techniques and tools we are going to teach our children or our young ones for the future. Because if they are not able to reconnect with themselves, What are they going to do? Only being connected to the web. So whenever you are already sitting down quietly, meditating, or in a quiet place inside yourself, ask yourself one time and once again about what do you want, what do you need, what type of schedules or routines can you change in your life. And then, of course, comes the second part, which is really important. Listen to yourself. Put your hand on your heart and try to breathe in, breathe out, and reconnect with yourself and ask yourself those questions while listening to yourself with your hand on your heart. And that will make a great reconnection, especially with your body and mind and your soul, okay? Try to meditate, try to write, because that also connects your brain and your feelings to your writing, to your hand, and it helps your brain in many ways to awaken in many ways and to use those neurons that we have had asleep for so long. Okay, and then give yourself a hand after that, because when you're able to see written down with your own eyes what you feel, what you've sensed, even if you draw something, even if you're being creative, it's like a whole well-being that your body senses, that it gratifies you for. And it's something that we have all been waiting for. Having that time to finally reconnect and sense and feel and hear what our heart wants to tell us. So find for yourself new results, new ways of reconnecting, new ways to have a balance in your life, to feel like as a plenty and wonderful and whole human being. And you name it, you could write anything you want. This is also a matter of writing your goals. What do you expect from yourself? What would you like to become? And try it daily. You can make a change every day and slowly, one step at a time and at your own pace. Okay? Well, enjoy your day. I hope that the sun's rays and the sun shining, even if it's behind your window, you're able to connect to it. You're able to feel it, to sense it. You can open the windows. You can always connect with the night sky. And feel free, because remember, our mind is very, very powerful. And if we connect with the freedom that it can give us through images, through the visualizations that we can make every day, you will feel lightness of being, you will be able to feel happier and definitely less heavy, taking into account that we carry a lot of weight from the feelings, from the experiences that we have had in the past. I hope that you enjoy this video and that you take some time for yourself. I'm glad to see you, and I send for you blessings and a lot of peace for your heart, for your soul, and for all around you, all of the people that are around you and that surround you. Take the hand of each one of them and connect to them from your heart, and you'll see that there are many, many different things that you can do with a different vibration in your body, in your mind. I love you very, very much, and namaste.